Hi guys, this is Forte, August 11th, 2022. I haven't made videos for a while, so let's make one right now today. The reason why I haven't made any videos because there hasn't really been like trade. There are a lot of trade ideas, but not ones where I'm like, these are gonna go. And I am in two, which I'm up both 20 plus percent, and one I'm up about 60 plus percent in it. I'll share the trade with you guys. As for trade ideas for the next couple of days, I don't have any. So let's just talk about the S&P and the QQQ real quick. So I did, I'm sorry, excuse me with all the lines, but if you take a look at the S&P, the SPY, right? I think around some other day, let me see, on this day, this very day, June 24th, that's the day where I called out on Twitter and the YouTube community board that we might be, the volume is really big. And then I'm like, this might be a bottom due to how close it is to the previous, basically the previous low. If you take a look at it, every time we make a lower low, right? There's a distance, and the distance gets tighter and tighter as we go. Excuse me with this is a terrible line right here. Like the line between, like, this is a lot bigger than this right here, which is telling me that, we're starting to contract and buyers are starting to get really aggressive and sellers are getting actually a lot weaker, despite the fact that, we kind of sold off really quickly like that around the beginning of the June area. And that's almost like a panic sell. That's usually what we need for the market to bottom. Now it's a lot of people on Twitter and YouTube and everything believes that we're probably gonna head lower. This is just a 20% bounce in a bear market, which anything could happen. I don't know, but I'm seeing money in this in the recent market, and the ideas I have in are some really. There are some names that people have never heard of, such as CLFD. If you look at it on the arithmetic chart, it looks like this. So I type this out on Twitter every once in a while where I got in the stock around 72 area, and now we're at 120. We're about 66% on it. It's now I'm not showing you guys to be like, hey, look at me, I made this trade. I'm showing you guys this trade because it's possible that for the next 6 weeks we could start consolidating, because we had a crazy run, and once we start consolidating, I wouldn't call it a chase for a buy. I actually would be like, oh, this would be a good buy if this thing can break above this area, right? So if it starts consolidating and do stuff like that, I still think this is a buy area, and I will be buying more of this actually, because we're like $120 might seem really high, but if you look at history and if you guys study stocks like how I do, right? We look at Jesse Livermore, Nicholas Darvis. This is when stocks can go up to thousands and stuff like that. It's crazy. SRTS, it's another trade where I kind of made this. I kind of made this trade earlier on this area, really tiny small position, not even 10% of my account. It was like a good 4, 5, 6%. Immediately after the deposit of earnings on Gap, I was able to purchase some. I got myself a couple. I got myself 1,200 shares. So not a lot still, because our earnings cap. This thing could go anywhere. I bought it right on the Gap, and then we came back up, and now we're consolidating, and we could get going, but I prefer we consolidate a little bit more. Maybe even have it undercut, to be honest. But if not, then doesn't matter. Maybe we consolidate around this area and then we'll break up. It's a stock below $15. Once it get above, a lot of institutions like to look at charts that's above $15, $20, stuff like that, right? Once we start to get above $15, these will catch on more. Like more people's eyes are gonna catch on to these stocks, and we have big buy days on the earnings, which tells me that institutions are going in on this one. Whatever's happening, I have heard from their earnings that they're selling devices to China, and that's usually a good thing. It's a US company, but doing business with Asia. That's oftentimes a good thing you want to hear in guidance. And there are many other names out there, but a couple names that I never traded was EMPH, which I could have bought on the Gap, but it had great earnings. But the problem is that I don't like how much this has, like, it doesn't seem that strong to me because of how much I pull down and pull back and stuff like that. And stocks got going. It's about 30 some percent, 27 right now actually. but I didn't buy this one. And another name, I think JKS, where I bought, I got kicked. EMPH, I did bought, I think somewhere around here, way before earnings, but I got kicked. So I didn't lose much on it. Other names like Funko, I got kicked like 3 times, and I just like, you know what, fuck this, I'm not gonna trade this one. I got kicked once around right here. I got kicked somewhere once, 1, 2, and then 3, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done with this trade. I don't want to buy it. I don't want to deal with this stock. And then, you know, earnings happened, and boom. So it goes. I got kicked 3 times, and I'm just like, either I suck or there's something going on, and I don't know if there's something going on before or afterwards. So now, I know now afterwards, now something is going on, that institutions are selling into it every time I buy the stock, right? Institutions are selling because they knew that earnings was going to crash, and this is what happened. And that's it for, to be honest, for this week. And I don't really have much. Just be very careful with this SPY right now. We are extremely overextended. In the last months, we've made about 15% up. Like, we saw really minimum pullbacks. I prefer to see a little, you know, this thing go flat a little bit, but the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average are going up. And just because the indexes are pulling back, that doesn't mean you should be sitting on your cash. You should be looking to find ideas to trade. Right now, I don't see much, but in about a week or two, that's all it takes for setups to come up. I think there will be tons of setup in the market. And yeah, that's it for this week. Thank you guys for watching, and follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/fortecharts. That'll be in the description. Subscribe, and yeah, see you guys next time.